All right, guys. So we're gonna pick up where we left off, still on internet leads. Right here, this is the internet continued. So we're gonna be on 37. So 37 is email marketing strategies. So with this, you can do something like a drip campaign, where you give the motivated seller some type of freebie. It could be something like how to fix your house up to make it sell faster, or what to do to make your house sell for top dollar. And when, in order to get that, they have to give you their email. And over a sequence of, it could be days or a couple of weeks, you could be mailing them, just kind of good advice. And also within that email, it also, says that you buy houses, and that's also an option for them. So you're kind of building rapport through an email sequence. Okay. So the freebie, you got a mail campaign that you're dripping over time in hopes that they'll eventually call you. So that's kind of like an email marketing strategy. It's used in a lot of different things, especially with uh, selling information products and physical products. But we can use in our business too. 38, Ty Lopez. You ever seen something where you went to shopping or something, but you didn't buy it, and then you go on to another social media platform or another place on the internet, and that ad just pops up, and you're like, wow, this is crazy. I feel like Big Brother is following me. That's retargeting. So you can set this up on the internet where it's kind of like the ad bugs your computer, and it follows you wherever you go. So you keep seeing the same ad. If you looked, so if someone came to your website or something, that same ad will follow them around. So retargeting is another form of internet marketing. All right, so the next section we're going to do is people and referral sources. So this is going to be different type of people you may form a relationship with, and you can get leads through them. Okay. 39, we have bird dogs. So this is someone you may let them know that, hey, I'm looking to find deeply discounted properties or motivated sellers. If you find anything, let me know, and if I buy it, I can give you a fee of, say $500 or $1,000. What's $500 or $1,000 if they bring you a lead that you profit $5,000 to $20,000 on? It's nothing. It makes perfect sense. Okay, so bird dogs. These people are always on the look for great properties that they can refer to you. All right, 40 is wholesalers. So wholesalers, sometimes they can be a source of great leads, depending on what you want to do. Maybe you're doing a fix and flip job, or maybe you are a wholesaler, but you have cash buyers that they don't, and you guys may be able to joint venture. So wholesalers can be a source of great leads as well. Okay, you just got to make sure you vet and check these leads. If the numbers make sense, they make sense. A lot of times, of course, they won't. Sometimes wholesalers kind of overpromise and overpromise what something can sell for, and underrepresent the repairs it needs. But sometimes wholesalers do present some great deals. 41, we got property managers. So these people, not a bad looking property manager, by the way. Hey, this picture is for educational purposes only. But property managers, they manage properties for landlords and stuff, and a lot of landlords may be fed up with their property. For instance, the last two deals I went out on, I had a seller meeting today. It was a landlord that says she wants to sell and she no longer wants to be a landlord. And yesterday it was the same scenario. Another landlord that wants to get rid of a property and doesn't want to rent anymore. So property managers can be one of your go-to people for people that are looking to get out of the business. City and county inspectors. So these people are the ones that do things like code enforcement, see if things are out of compliance with certain regulations of electricity, plumbing, yard, and things like that. And so they sometimes can know properties that are having problems or issues, and that the seller may want to just offload the property. Excuse me, guys, I'm getting sick. I hardly ever get sick, but if I sound a little nasty, that's what it is. Realtors. So realtors, A lot of times realtors can have what they call pocket listings. So these are deals that are warming up and are about to go on the MLS, but they have not hit the market yet. But if you have a realtor that you've built a great relationship with, sometimes you'll get the referral or the lead before it even gets on the market. This goes on a lot, you know. That's why your network, yes, it is your net worth. So realtors, okay. Well, even if it does hit the market, you got a Top Gun realtor that's going to be able to, you know, lock it down and put an offer in it as soon as it hits the market. Be able to strike quick. That can be in your advantage. Mailmen. So mailmen, they're putting in mail, and so they are familiar with all of the houses on their route that are vacant. They've been abandoned. They see them all the time on their route. Maybe next time your mailman stops, you know, maybe and you're in the front yard, you go up to him like, hey, you know, do you know of any houses on this street or in this area that are vacant? I'm a real estate investor, and I'm looking to purchase homes that fit that criteria. This one came out a little blurry, but this is the Section 8 landlords site. So either you can go to the Section 8 landlord site, or you can go to your local housing area and try to look up the owners of all of the homes that's on listed for housing. These are landlords. You may be able to reach out and find a landlord that is fed up and wants to get rid of a property. Okay. 46. Look, this is the church. If you're going here on a regular basis, look at how many, sometimes the money is right in your face. All right, so after church and everybody's just, hee-heeing and talking about different things, you know, don't forget to bring up what it is you do. All of these people know a lot of people. This person might know 100 people. This person might know 100 people, and so on. So that's leverage. You always want to, tell people what it is you do. Because they might know someone that's looking to get rid of a property. Coworkers. Use this to your discretion, because sometimes you don't want your coworkers to know what you do, but it just depends on the work environment and the type of job it is. If you should solicit that information. But if it's not so much of a formal work environment and you can. Make sure you share that, kind of what you do on the side. And sometimes a coworker can help you up. There's plenty of times I've been at work. Maybe I didn't buy the property, but I've heard of them talking about someone that really needs to sell a house. Okay. Friends. Y'all like that, huh? So, no, literally like your friends. So if you're this cool guy right here that buys real estate, your friend on his everyday interaction, going to work and meeting people, he probably meets or comes across several people a day as far as these few. And just multiply that number. That can be your outreach every day if you use it right. Just let them know what you're looking at, so their antennas will be up when they're going through their daily route, daily travel, the daily jobs, daily lives. And they may find something that fits what you do and can refer a great lead to you. And so you can continue to look this cool and make all that money. Courthouse clerks. So the ladies that work in the courthouse can sometimes know things about properties before, anyone else can possibly be of assistance. Not all of them are the nicest, but hey, if you know how to win friends and influence people, go for it. 50. Attorneys. Attorneys are extremely connected. They're connected. Their circle is always very powerful. They know people. Okay, we could be talking about probate attorneys. We could be talking about family law attorneys that deal with divorce and things like that and need to get rid of, help people to get rid of properties. You got bankruptcy attorneys when people are going through bankruptcy, divorce. Real estate attorneys. So they're very connected, and there's so many different types of attorneys where an attorney can be a great source of leads. Okay. Appraisers. Appraisers also deal with properties all the time, and they're in the house business, so they can be another source of good leads. Property insurance brokers. So when someone owns a property and they pass away, very soon that property is going to go, depending on, if it's a husband and wife or however it works. If it was just one person living in it, it normally kind of goes from a owner-occupied policy, insurance coverage, to a landlord policy or vacant, some type of different policy. So the insurance broker is going to be one of the first people to know when that insurance policy has to be changed. So they can be a good connect. Mass communication. So I know we live in a digital world now, but hey, don't sleep. People still use mass communication. One is on the air. In heavy metropolitan areas, when people are jammed up. I know a lot of us use, streaming, but hearing things on the radio, I mean, people still listen to the radio. So, getting your message out on the radio is still a viable method, actually. You just have to calculate your ROI and the cost per lead. TV advertising. I know one of the big players in a nearby city by mine, they're actually having TV ads again. Okay. For sale by owners, this is a different section. So all of the different places you can find for sale by owners, or what we call FSBOs. All right. Of course, you can see signs in the yard. You can call the signs. This is Zillow. So on Zillow, you can actually filter and get just a for sale by owners. Okay. And down here somewhere, don't call the agent. If you look down here, one of them is going to say actual homeowner. So that's who you'd call. The one that says homeowner, not the agent. Okay. So this is a cheap house, ain't it? Memphis. Craigslist. Believe it or not, some people, it's, a lot of people search here, but you can still pick up a deal on Craigslist. You get an older person, or just a person that's not hip to, how people move real estate nowadays. They might toss their property on Craigslist, and the thing is being quick and being one of the first and locking it up under contract. 58, classifieds. Don't sleep on the classifieds. Don't sleep on it. Look, house for sale, 2-bed, 2-bath, open concept. You know what? A lot of older people, which usually have a lot of equity in the house and, want to sell, a lot of them aren't into all of the technology, and they still post ads in the classifieds. So, look, excellent investment. So you can still find stuff in the classifieds. 59 is going to be expired leads. So you form a relationship with a realtor. A realtor can get you on an automatic alert when expired listings come about. Okay. And, a lot of realtors hit the expireds very hard because they want to be the next realtor to try to sell the house when it didn't sell the first time. When the biggest reason is it probably didn't show well, probably didn't have access, or most likely, number one, it was probably priced too high. But those expireds, who they want to hear from more than anyone else? Not a realtor. They want to hear from a buyer. So this can be a great source of leads. Lead service providers. So this is companies that, what they do is they all have their different methods of finding leads, and they just charge you either monthly or by lead basis. And they vary the prices in different areas. Some is crazy expensive, some it may be affordable. So Fast Home Offers is one. Expert Home Offers is another I've heard of. Z-Buyer is another I've heard of. LANDVOICE. This company actually sells pre-foreclosures and expired listings. So another section is action and hustle. Action and hustle. Driving for dollars. Don't you look cool driving for dollars? Turn your music on, just ride around and get those addresses. Okay? Find the owners. There's apps like LandGlide and Deal Machine you can use for driving for dollars. Or you can just manually do it. Find the address, the mailing address of the homeowner. Send them a postcard or a letter. Or skip trace their number and cold call them. And when you're driving for dollars, this right here is a gold mine. You want to see this. Most of the time, no one lives here unless it's a vampire. I'm pretty sure this house is vacant. And it doesn't mean that they want to sell. No, they could. Many times people say, no, we're going to get back to it and we're going to fix it up. You know, we're just waiting to get the money. And I've seen houses stay like that for 10 years. But you never know. They might be motivated to sell. And glad you called. Door knocking. It's not as scary as you think. But it can be very awkward when they open the door. Like, why are you knocking on my door? But door knocking. Public speaking. So the guy that's in the front of the room has a lot of power. The guy that's leading the crowd, especially if he shows that his expertise is something like buying houses or real estate investing, he can attract a lot of leads from his audience. So that's one way. And miscellaneous, got a couple more. Eviction courts. You might see a pissed off landlord steaming out of the eviction court, you know. Ask him if you want to get rid of it. And 68 is for rent. So most of the time that when a house is for rent, that's exactly what it's for. It's for rent. They want to rent it. They want some type of income, or they want to keep the property. But there's a lot of times people rent properties because they can't sell them. They think they can't sell them, or they don't have, they're not in a position to sell, so they feel like their best option is for rent. You can call the for rent signs and ask, hey, would you consider selling the property? And 69, nosy neighbors. Neighbors know everything. Neighbors know everything. You can always talk to a neighbor and say, hey, do you know anybody around here that needs to get rid of a property or needs to sell? Or is there any vacant properties on this street? Or like I said, I think I showed you guys when I was live looking at a property and talked about knocking on a neighbor's door and asking, did they know who lived next door, or how can you get in touch with them? Okay, and that's all, folks. I hope you guys like that. This is just a few fresh ideas to find some leads. Remember, follow up is king. You want to test what's working. You want to ditch what's not. Double down on what's working, and you want to test things for at least 4 to 8 weeks before deciding it doesn't work. And what I would do is I would go deep instead of wide, meaning out of all of these 69 different ways, pick a few, maybe pick 3 and really dial down on them. Maybe pick 2 and really dial in on them, and then just test and market it. So again, this is your man House Buying Brian. I hope you found value in this video. Thank you for watching. Please like it, share it, subscribe it, mash the like button. We continue to get engagement, like this. We'll continue to, try to put great content out for you guys. All right. Bye. Vai ter briga de amor.